Hello, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and this is How They Should Have Made, where I look back at missed Hollywood opportunities and talk about how I would do them better because I'm a smartass. This time around, Suicide Squad. Now, Suicide Squad was supposed to be the combo breaker. Whether you agree or not, and I don't care, the DC Extended Universe has not fared anywhere near as well critically as the MCU. Now, while Marvel superhero movies, they do have a sort of committee-ish feel, lots of them end in a big battle in the sky, but they do have enough personality and charm to become single, individual, cohesive visions. What they tried to do with Winter Soldier felt tonally and storytellingly different than what they tried to do with Guardians of the Galaxy, for example. DC, on the other hand, they're so robbed of charm and, well, fun and any kind of distinctive voice other than Zack Snyder's camera work. And they all feel so muddled and jumbled up and bereft of anything that adheres to the basic rules of storytelling that they all become one homogeneous mass of noise. Suicide Squad was going to be different. It was going to be a flash of neon paint streaking across the rainy blue world of glum Batman and sad Superman. It was going to be anarchic, a little slice of unicorn fetish weird, and it attempted it. Did it work? No. Now, the thing is, I don't want to hate on Suicide Squad. It wasn't really given that much of a chance. You can see that the movie was hacked to pieces. Some characters get introduced multiple times. Character arcs don't go anywhere. We see flashbacks, some flashbacks twice for some reason. There were barely any character moments apart from that great scene in the bar. There was no connective tissue leading from one scene to the next. The whole Amanda Waller thing was weird. It just felt wrong.
That is just a mean lady.
And the way a movie feels is important. You just didn't buy it. It also didn't help that for a movie that was supposed to be tonally and stylistically different, it ended with a giant laser going into the sky. Iron Man 1, The Avengers, The Amazing Spider-Man, Thor: The Dark World, and now Suicide Squad. So, Suicide Squad had all the potential in the world, didn't quite make it, and I can do it better. First off, no Enchantress, because f*** magic. Magic is the worst thing to happen to superhero movies because you don't know the limits of the power. And it makes the action scenes harder to become invested in because you don't know the limits. When two people have a one-on-one fist fight, you know the limits of human endurance and physicality, vaguely, so you understand, oh, okay, so I know the rules. Same with gunfights and same with most superhero battles. Magic just throws everything out the water. Oh, and reality can be completely rewritten on a whim. We're sending in a girl with a baseball bat. Go get 'em! When the stakes are that high, but also that vague, they just become meaningless. You don't feel them. Enchantress and her brother, Bay, are basically, they have phenomenal cosmic power! And yeah, they're sending in a dude with a boomerang. Like, I know they're called Suicide Squad, but it doesn't feel right. Like, why would you send these people? Like, one guy's got guns, one guy's got boomerangs. She's just got a baseball bat and very tiny pants, which it's fine, but it doesn't make sense. It feels wrong. It feels completely mismatched, and you just don't buy into it because of that. Why would any government send these people to battle someone who can turn metal into candy? Why? Bad candy as well, like licorice. I've had a lot of licorice as a kid. So we start with our lead, who is not Deadshot. I love you, Will Smith, but nope, it's Captain Boomerang. He's a much better entry point for the average Joe, the audience, because that's exactly who he is. He's a criminal living a life. All he wants to do is get out of his cesspit of a city, escape. He's trying to steal enough so that he can get out, and he's caught by the Flash. So while he's in the interrogation room trying to escape, Amanda Waller comes in and says, listen, we will help reduce your sentence if you join Suicide Squad. I mean, you want to get out of here, don't you? So he's taken to the Suicide Squad facility, led around by Rick Flag, who is so boring it becomes an actual point of comedy. Like his face doesn't move. He's like Sam the Eagle, but for dudes. He says to Captain Boomerang, "You're replacing someone." Captain Boomerang says, "What happened to my predecessor?" And then Rick Flag just points at a series of very small body bags just being taken away. "He had a fight with Killer Croc," he said. "Wait," says Captain Boomerang. "Who's Killer Croc?" So we start to meet the team, and they are Killer Croc, Katana, Deadshot, El Diablo, I think it's his name, El Diablo, and Harley Quinn. He's warned by Rick Flag not to form any personal connections because, let's face it, you're all gonna die on this team. We also find out that Captain Boomerang hates Deadshot because Deadshot once killed one of his friends. Deadshot replies, "It was just business," and they go for each other and they have to be separated. So they're in the yard and it's sort of a macho posturing thing. They all display what they're good at. Everyone gets a chance to show off their powers, apart from El Diablo, and that storyline we keep from the film. He doesn't want to burn things ever again because of what happened that one summer's day. I shouldn't be making fun his kids died, but they're not real kids. It's a thin line, isn't it? So no one really interacts too much because they're all broken, they're all in pain, and they all feel like society brands them, like criminals. So they feel like, I've shunned the rest of society. I am an outsider now. Then there follows a montage of everyone sort of getting on with their day-to-day routine, not interacting with each other really much at all interspersed with Captain Boomerang trying to escape. He tries to escape so many ways, through the vents, over the wall, under the wall, all the things. And then they're brought in. It's time for their mission. They're not taking down a god, because that is stupid. They're taking down a man and his gang of other men. And that man is the Joker. You see, in the film that actually happened, one of the big criticisms is they hyped up the Jared Leto Joker. Oh my God, he's going to be amazing. And then he did nothing. Leto actually said he feels like he was tricked into being in the film. They changed the character so much in editing. So yeah, have him be actually pivotal to the plot. Have him be the big bad. Because that's the Joker. He's not cool. He's not there to sell merch. He's a horrible, horrible monster. And that is reflected in his relationship with Harley Quinn. See, Harley Quinn is on the team because she was arrested after the Joker left her for dead. She hates the Joker. They used to be in love, they have flashbacks to their love, but he abused her. It's an abusive relationship, and I know that's not fun. That's not fun to watch, and you don't have to be exploitative with it, but the Joker is a monster. Stop trying to make him as cool, quirky, uncle. Hey guys, I got a joke for you. What am I doing? So they've got to take down the Joker. He's seized a chemical weapon and he's hiding out at the amusement park. Why not? Why not make it a bit like a cartoon? Because goddamn, the whole Doomsday Superman gloomy bollocks thing was rubbish. Just make it a live action cartoon. Go with it. Go with the whole neon arch thing. So he's hiding out in the amusement park. He's got an army of goons, and the Suicide Squad are being sent in because, you know, why should we send good SWAT team guys to their deaths? We've got bad guys here. Send those guys in. And they're like, ha ha ha, thanks. Their aim, retrieve the chemical weapon and stop the Joker. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Going to be dropped just outside the amusement park, and once they're inside, they're going to have SWAT team members guarding every entrance and exit, going to shoot any members of the Suicide Squad who try to escape. Not the whole bomb in the head thing, phone, MacGuffin. Just simply, if you try not to do your job, we'll shoot you as you run away. Ding. So yeah, they're just going up against humans. Insane humans, dangerous humans, but humans nonetheless, which then makes sense why you're sending in the dude who's really good at guns. Captain Boomerang, I guess, because he's expendable. Harley Quinn suddenly makes sense to throw her into the mix. Killer Croc, great. Yeah, you've lowered the stakes from go and stop the god, but because the stakes are more realistic, the whole thing makes more sense. It's the night before the mission, and Boomerang talks to Harley about her relationship with the Joker. You know, he's like, look, I kind of want to try and escape again. I think they're going to kill me, though. Look, who is the Joker? I'm not from round here, I'm a Flash villain. What are we dealing with here? And Harley tells him about the Joker, hypes up the big bad, and she says, he broke my heart. That's a bad Harley Quinn impression. She says, he broke my heart. Well, he broke the ribs around my heart, but it's the thought that counts. She's mad. So after that, it's all set in one location, this amusement park, and it's dilapidated as balls. The squad are left without backup, they're hopelessly outnumbered, and if they try and run away, like Captain Boomerang almost immediately does, they'll be shot on sight. It's a bad time. Immediately they're set upon by goons, and because they're not working together, Rick Flag is screaming at them over the intercom, "Work together, you sons of bitches!" They're not going to, and so the fighting goes horribly awry, and El Diablo is still not fighting. The group split up by an errant explosion, causing a large section of the roller coaster just fall. Everyone has to run in separate directions, and they're split up, so we have some good old character time. Deadshot and Boomerang, they split up. They have an entire subplot where they reveal to each other the reason why they do these crimes is for their family. See, it's revealed that Deadshot, yes, he shot Boomerang's accomplice, but he's doing it for his little girl, for his daughter, who hates him because he's a killer, which leaves him empty and ready for the next kill. And Boomerang, it's revealed, the only reason why he wants to escape is he's got family living in Australia, and he can't get out there. He can't afford to get out there. That's why he does it, to escape to a different life where he can be someone else. So he can be better than a bad guy. Who else gets separated? Harley Quinn and El Diablo. They are separated off, and they have a subplot where they both come to terms with the fact that they've had abusive relationships in the past. El Diablo's story about how an act of domestic violence caused the death of his family. It's so horrible, but really effective if you get it right. And Harley Quinn comes to terms with the fact that she has suffered the worst abuses possible. She has been completely changed by her man. That scene where she falls into the vat and it changes her, that's horrible. That's the most psychologically thing in the whole entire Suicide Squad actual film, and it's treated like this, ooh, cool, romancing. No, he rewired her brain. Killer Croc and Katana, they're separated off, and Katana's got her sword with all the souls of the people it's killed in it, and her and Killer Croc bond over the fact that they're basically mute badasses. Like neither of them really want to talk, they just want to destroy things, and so I think they'd form a really good partnership, Killer Croc and her. And they can have a nice little character moment where King Croc recognizes one of the souls in her sword, perhaps. But other than that, yeah, they're just like, we're above feelings. Feelings are for douchebags. Let's just kill everybody. So all of them battle their way through various parts of the amusement park. Deadshot and Boomerang in a hall of mirrors because aim, I guess. El Diablo and Harley Quinn through the Tunnel of Love because, that bit. Katana are just punching everything. They're probably still outside, just wading into piles of dudes. So finally, after a bit, after they all grow and change and are affected by each other as a team, they finally reunite, and they have a little bit of an effective moment as a team, and then they confront the Joker. They find themselves in the big top, and there he is, Mr. J. And in the end, Harley betrays the team, because when she's face to face with him, she can't resist her pudding. And that's really horrible, but it's somewhat true to life, isn't it? So El Diablo, finally seeing what Harley Quinn is going back to, the abusive life, that's what convinces him to flame on. And just as he's ready to wipe everyone out, Joker shoots him in the head. Because he's an agent of chaos, and he doesn't care about your satisfying character arcs. The remaining heroes manage to escape with their lives, but one of them is dead, Harley is gone, it's their lowest point. They barricade themselves in the Fairground restaurant. There are loads of goons on the outside just banging, hoping to get in. They're all insane, and they just decide to have one last drink. They find an old dusty bottle of whiskey behind the bar, they crack it open, pour around, basically the bar scene from the Suicide Squad. It's the best scene in Suicide Squad. Then, after they've had their drink, they notice there's a trap door behind the bar, because the reason the amusement park was shut down was because it was a big drug smuggling thing. There's a tunnel in the park that leads out to freedom. They could all escape, but Captain Boomerang says no. He says, if we leave, everyone will die anyway, and we will just be bad guys. Stay, and we can do something about it. No one chooses to go, and they all work as a team to survive the horde that finally break into the restaurant. And they start working together. Croc throws Katana like a fastball special. Boomerang throws a boomerang, and then Deadshot shoots, and it ricochets off the boomerang and hits someone. So, stuff like that. Have their powers ping off each other. They take the fight to the Joker, they wipe out all of his goons, so it's just him at the top of the Ferris wheel or something like that. He's on top of the world, he's got Harley with him, and he's got the device, the big chemical thing that's going to send Joker gas all over Gotham City. Or all over whatever city we're in. And then he says, it doesn't matter what you do, I was going to blow this up anyway, because I'm bored. And Harley says, but wait, what about us? I thought we were going to grow old together and raise little clowns. The Joker says, I'm bored of that, I'm bored of you, and strikes her. And it looks like she's fallen from the Ferris wheel, but she hasn't. So the Joker's getting ready to arm the device. Harley Quinn pulls herself up. She's got her big hammer. It should be the mallet, not the baseball bat. So Joker's about to set off the device, but then Harley rises to her feet. He turns around and says, Now listen here, sweetie. And she's got her big mallet, not the baseball bat, the mallet's funnier. And she says, don't call me sweetie. And then wham, right across his face. She catches the device before it blows up. The Joker is defeated. The day is saved. Harley has truly asserted herself and rejoins her team. And yes, they all go back to prison, which could make the story feel redundant, but they go back as a team with shorter sentences so they can all go out and lead better lives at the end. Final montage of them all getting along, Deadshot and Boomerang working together to forge better boomerangs or better weaponry, stuff like that. Croc and Katana just sitting silently, eating their sandwiches, nodding at each other out of murderous respect. And then Harley, like in Mad Love, which is such a goddamn brilliant comic, you should read it, she goes back to her cell and finds a little vase with a single red rose in it with a letter. It's got a little tag and it says, from Jay. And she looks at it and she doesn't know how to feel, because love is complicated and really, really weird and not easy at all. And that's it. That's how I would have made Suicide Squad. Do you think that's much worse? Do you think I would have balled it up completely? Do you like it? If so, please share it around. Like, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.